This stream is proudly sponsored by Match Bingo. Play along with a match. Watch your bingo cards fill up in real time based on what happens in the games, live. Check out the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. 18 plus, bingo is a game of chance. Please gamble responsibly. Yes, what's going on everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Forgive me for my lack of videos. I've been just having a little break before the new FIFA comes out and obviously over the international break there and after the transfer window finish. But we are here back today to discuss and chat Manchester United. Come on, United. Let's smash up these City scummers. Welcome into you all. Thank you very much for joining us. Who's in the live chat here? Let's take a little cheeky little look and see. Big ups to everybody in the live chat here. Tony, Trini, Daz Salford, Disco Dave, Kevin Kilban, how you doing? Yes, mate. SCJF, Vincent Bullock, Lee. Who else we got in here? Fire Up. How you getting on there, my friend? Blue Viper, Kieran, Football Factory, Hardcore Gamer, Switch Extra, Cypress Phil, 1 Mil Bill, Gavin Bainbridge, Lee, Paul Warby, Disco Dave, Steve Houghton, Sam Hargreaves, A. Meyer, Niels, G Wolf, Ghost Hunters, The Goat, Stephen. Do us a favour, everyone, at the start of this stream, smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up if you could. That would be amazing. I do just want to say, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. There's been some breaking news just in the last 20 minutes or so. Ricky Hatton has been found dead at his home at age 46. A British boxing legend, obviously. Obviously, you guys are all talking about it in the live chat, that's why I mentioned it as well. But very sad news. Ricky Hatton's a legend of British boxing, and yeah, okay, he was an ultimate City Scummer fan, but you know, just seems appropriate right now just to say, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. You know what I'm saying, guys? So big love to his family, friends, and all that sort of stuff. Horrible news, horrible news. Yeah, that's right, Steve Houghton. From what I've read, anyway. I mean, people were talking about it in the chat, but just as I was getting ready to go live there, and so I've just given it a quick Google, and apparently it is indeed true. So very sad news. R.I.P. Ricky Hatton. Awful news. Yes, Sam Hargreaves, much love to you. Lee, how you doing, my friend? Hello, Cyprus. G Wolf, yes, lad, and everybody who's in here. Thank you for getting in. Did I know him? I mean, obviously, I know a lot of his boxing career, and I didn't know him personally, but certainly was a fan of his in terms of boxing, definitely. And you know, always he represented Britain very well on the biggest stage in boxing around the world. Obviously, he's known, I guess, he fought Floyd Mayweather and had that horrible knockout in the corner and all that business. But he was a great boxer. The hitman, Ricky Hatton, was an absolute great boxer. So, yeah, it's just horrible news. When anybody's passing away, it's sad, but certainly before their time. You know, 46 is no age, really, at all. It's Ricky the Hitman Hatton, Man United Greek fan, a British boxing legend, yeah. Chef Cookies, I'm doing all right, mate. Been working though, you skip videos. Hey, much love there, Cypress Phil. Thank you so much for watching them. Yeah, well, let's get stuck into it then. I haven't been on for a little while, have I? Shat the bed there. Actually, I've been focused on, I've just been trying to get the house together and sorted out and everything, doing loads of gardening and home improvements and cleaning and shit like that. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. It's not good, guys. That's a sign of someone who's not used to doing physical manual labor all the time, mate. Have you seen that? Goodness me, I've had a mare there with my hand. But anyway, you can probably see my hand's covered in about 1 million scratches, cuts, and all sorts going on there. So, need to be a bit more careful going forward. I've been wearing some gloves, Fire Up, just not all of the time. And also, even so, they're only like shitty gripper gloves or whatever. So, you know. Anyway, I've been doing all sorts, guys. Yeah, laying concrete, cutting down trees, you know, all sorts of stuff. So that's what's going on there. Yeah, like Onana, I know I've got the hand of Andre. I've got the hand of Andre Onana. Yeah. Okay, so let's get stuck in. Oh shit, let's get stuck into then. It has been a little while. It's good to be back though. International break. Do you know what? It was nice. I haven't really had any time away from the channel for a little while, where I've just had literally days on end off, not doing anything, not on the gaming channel either, just completely raw dogging it, And it was nice to have a little break. But now we're getting back stuck into it raw with the Premier League back underway. We're going to be doing watch-alongs, not just for Manchester United, but for other teams as well. Throughout the week and stuff, because obviously there is no United games on midweek because we're shite and we're not in Europe this season. Let's get stuck into it then, guys. Okay, so Manchester United versus Manchester City today. It's the Manchester derby. Come on, United. We've got a little poll running throughout the stream here. We've had 119 votes so far. Have a little vote on the poll. I said in the poll question, who wins? And so far, 35% of the live chat say City. 17% say a draw, and 48% of the live chat say United. And I don't think that's outlandish right now, based on the sort of Manchester City we've seen at the start of the season. This is not a great looking City side at the minute. They've certainly got some issues. They've been struggling to, win those games. They've got less points than us going into this game, which is the first time that's happened in a good while. Man City do not look like the seasoned, cultured Pep Guardiola City of a couple of years ago. Things have changed slightly, haven't they, at Manchester City, it seems. A big player like De Bruyne leaving, who was like a heartbeat in that team. And just other players coming in, lots of new players coming in, new faces. Should be good for competition. But also, it's not like they're a well-oiled, ready-made team right now. They are a team slightly in transition. Obviously, Man United is a team massively in transition. So Amorim's up against it, and he's up against Pep Guardiola, one of the best coaches. But just going into it, my feelings on whether or not we can get a result in the game, I feel like we can. I feel like we can get a result in this game. I'm not saying we're going to go there and beat them, but I think we won't get beat, is what I'm saying. I think personally, if I had to put my bet on as to who was going to actually win this game, I think the draw is the most realistic outcome here, to be fair. I'd love to think United could go over there and swashbuckle and outplay them and attack, or maybe just, counter-attack and score goals that way. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit of a backs-to-the-wall defensive dross game, with City struggling. United won't be giving them anything in regards to how we're set up. They think we're going to be going there with a mentality of playing defensive counter-attacking football, and that's probably the right mentality to take. It's not usually the mentality we take, but in this sort of game, perhaps it would work. I also think that Amorim's system probably works really well in this sort of game against Man City right now. If you're thinking about the system that Amorim employs, at times we're going to have, a lot of numbers back there defensively. It's going to be 5 at the back at times, but at other times on the counter-attack, you can get those players moving quickly and in transition. So we'll see how that actually materializes and whether or not we do set up in that sort of manner, but I expect us to play that way. Man City, well, they've been struggling for form, and I think it's going to be a draw. Let's just get our score predictions in at the start of the stream. I'm going to say 1-1. I think it'll be 1-1 with the goal coming from Manchester United from the captain, Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes is going to get the goal, be it from the penalty spot or whatnot, who knows. But I'm just going to go Bruno Fernandes getting the goal there, and it being a 1-1 draw today. So get your thoughts and opinions in. That's my prediction for the game. Football Factory's going United 4-1. I love it. Dazzle's also feeling super optimistic with a 2-1 win to United. Love it, mate. 2-1, says Man United Greek fan. City getting whooped today. Cesco will start and score. Love it, lad. Come on. Cunha's out and Mount. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a moment. It is not the best, is it? You're right. 0-0. 0-0. United win 3-0. How you doing, Stephen Shipman? G-Wolves going 3-1 to United. Hello, Salford Killer Game, and what's going on, you legend, as well? Super Mendy, more goals than Cesco. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right. You got a brace yesterday. Calm yourself. We've got to get something, Mr. B. Otherwise, 4 points from 12 with Chelsea to come. I agree. I mean, it's very early in the season. If we're being honest, though, should we really be going to City right now? I know they've had a bit of a struggle at the start of the season, but should we really be going there and getting the 3 points and winning the game? It's not that realistic. We have to sort of be kind of realistic in these next couple of fixtures. It's the fixtures after this that are going to tell the majority of the story for us this season. We shouldn't really be expected to beat teams like City away or Chelsea at this moment in time, just to be honest. We're a bit shy. We finished 15th last season. We're gash. Yes, we've had some new players coming in, but they're going to take time to bed in. They're going to take time to gel. We signed a new goalkeeper. He's not even realistically going to be playing today. Amram a couple of days ago has alluded to the fact that, Bayender is going to be starting in the game. So it's like Cesco's come in, our big striker signing. He's not ready. He's not ready up to speed with the Premier League. He's not adapted to the Premier League. I think he will be very good, but it's not like it's ready-made. So, we're a team in transition, and those teams are expected to beat us right now. So if we don't get beaten in those games, that's a good result. So I am going for a draw, personally. I think it'll be tough, but there you go. 4-1 to United. I love it, lad. Well, I guess if there's ever a time to play City and have their pants down, it's probably right now. Zane Miassi, how you doing? Thank you for the $3.99 Super Chat, Zane, and for the mug of red wine. Thank you so much there, Zane Miassi, lad. Appreciate that. You know what I'm going to do with that $3.99 Super Chat, Zane? I am going to use it to buy a bingo card on Match Bingo, sponsor of this channel. And this stream, by the way, check out the link in the description. UK only, 18+, gamble aware, gamble responsibly. But I will be playing that throughout the match. Nice one, Sammy. Thank you very much. Shadow says 2-1. 2-1 game. And also, big up, shout out to OK Jersey. Link in the chat there. You can get 8% off using the code PIG as well for replica jerseys and retro shirts and all sorts of clobber. Legends, shout out to those guys sponsoring the streams, and check out the links in the description there. You can use the code PIG for, I think, 100% deposit bonus on Match Bingo as well. 2-1 United, 1-0 United, 1-1, 2-0 United. Donnarumma, the scummer of City. I know, this is it. This is it. Here's what you could have won. And 1, and 2. I've won a speedboat. 3-1, 3-1. I like it. Everybody's feeling very positive today. 68 likes. Thank you, everyone who smashed the like button. Keep hitting those likes if you haven't done so. Give us a thumbage. 4-0 City. 2-1 you're going for there, Man United Greek fan. You're going 1-1 draw, Prima Italia. 2-1, 2-2, 2-0. Gungshi, legend. Welcome aboard the Bacano Express, lad. How you getting on, my son? A legend has entered. How you doing, Gungshi? Also, Jonathan Gallagher bursting on the scene there like Micah Richards. What's going on? Counter-attack, best chance to beat City. I was saying exactly the same thing earlier. I completely agree with you. 3-2 United. Oh, that'd be a feisty one, wouldn't it? Yeah, 1-1. Donnarumma, who Cesco will rip through his nets. Well, let's talk about that for a moment. So Cesco obviously should be starting this game. Amarim's also hinted to that fact that, he may be starting in this game. He said it could be a good game for Cesco, this one. We do have Cunha out injured as well. So I think we probably will see Cesco starting as the striker for Manchester United today. Zamiasi's got a super chat in here again. He says, when will Cesco score? Gorky has 3. Manu Keu, what a signing. Manu Keu, is that some sort of unknown talent you signed from, South America or something? Zamiasi. Oh, no, you mean Madueke, do you? But for some reason, you are using Andre Onana's hand to type on your phone with there, Zane. For some reason, you can't get it right, can you there? Manu Keu. Okay, then. Yeah, fair enough. Madueke is having a good old time of it at the moment, and Gyökeres has got 3. When will Cesco score? I think he'll score today, mate. To answer your question, it's going to be today. Guys, I'll ask the live chat, though, for a bit of fun. How many goals does Benjamin Cesco score against Manchester City today in the game? I'm going to say 0, but I think we'll win the game, and I think he'll start the game. But that's my prediction. Get your thoughts and opinions in there. Maybe he will score today. I've said that we're gonna get a goal. I did say Bruno probably going to get the goal, maybe a penalty or something. But I'm quite happy to change it to Cesco just to annoy you, Zamiasi. Thank you, Light Warrior. I appreciate you. Did you just say he's a legend? That's one word for him there, Kevin. 0-0. Nice one. Too much positivity. You'll go for 5-0 to United. Gungshi says Cesco bags 1. Let's go, Gungers. 0, says Gavin and Hardcore Gamer. -3. 0, 1, 69, 0, 1, 0, 1 goal, 1 assist. Wow. 3. And Buemo and Bruno will score. I'm loving this positivity and optimism. I really am. Okay, let's get into sort of the team news and all that sort of stuff. Injury-wise, etc. We know that obviously Cunha's not going to be featuring in the game. Dallow's out as well. Let's just have a look at the injuries list here very quickly together. So there's just a few players out. Obviously, Mason Mount is now out injured. What a bottle job. You know, he's got a good attitude. He's looked quite good this season so far. But problem is, he's just another one of those players that's always going to be in and out the side and melting with injury proneness, which is a real problem when you're trying to build decent foundations for a team. Then again, it's not like Mason Mount is any huge loss for Man United because he is just a fringe, you know, second stringer, if we're being totally honest. Zane's at it again. Zane Miassi, thank you, lad. He says, with Easy, Manwaki, Saka and Wannerear, we have bets attacking Europe. All right, you're betting on that, are you, Zane Miassi? What are you betting on? Easy, Manueki. Yeah, fair enough. You do have a good attack. You have got a good set of players. You have got a good team. You know, I knew that Zubamendi signing would be a good signing. He was a good player coming in there. You know, you already had good players like Odegaard and Rice and these sorts of guys and Saka. And yeah, fair enough. You've got a good team. Can you put it together, though, enough to actually win a trophy or enough to win the league? The answer to that, my friend, I think is a big fat no. It's good enough for you to finish second again at best because you're a bunch of absolute bitty bostle jobs. Say me, assy lad. But big ups to you. Thanks for getting in here with your pure delusions of grandeur. I love it. Absolutely love it. Best attack. No, they're not the best attack in Europe, are they, mate? They're not even the best attack in the Premier League. Casemiro or Ugarte to play with Mainu. Right, let's get into it. So this is the injuries at the moment. Lisandro Martinez, obviously long-term ongoing injury nightmare. Just need him to get back. It says on here, potential return, 25th of October. So hopefully not too much longer than a month away. Maybe we could see the butcher Lisandro Martinez getting back into action for Man United. I think we could do with his bottle and grit. Let's hope he is able to stay fit once he's back playing, because obviously, like I said, players like Mason Mount, or we've seen lots of players over the years who struggle for fitness and just can't really put a career together. Eric Bailly, Luke Shaw, whoever, Rafael Varane, great player, but you're in and out the side constantly. It's difficult to build any sort of rhythm and improve. So that's a real problem. Mateus Cunha is injured at the moment, but he's just out for a short term, about a week left. Based on that injury that he got out in the last game. And then Mason Mount, injured as well, as we've mentioned. No real loss. Again, he's just expected to be out for a short period of time. And Diogo Dalot as well will be missing this game today. So based on that, we've got the team lineups and the predicted lineups for what potentially we could see today. So I'm going to get that up on screen now. This is what I think maybe Amorim might select from what he's got available. But again, who really knows what he's going to do? Because sometimes he's a little bit surprising lately. Nick Pendragon, yeah, I mean, I like the butcher if the terms are right. End of the day, he's been out injured a lot of times and he's not really proven himself to the degree of top talent in the league or anything. So if he wants to be realistic with signing a new contract, then fair enough, but ultimately it's going to come down to performances, and he's been out injured for a long time. Zain Miyasi with another one. He says teams should scout more of Nigeria. Great talent, easy, can compete with Yamal for Ballon d'Or. Okay, yes, fair enough. I mean, I think the African continent in general is absolutely chock full of talent, isn't it, to be fair? It's a great point, Zane. It's a great point. But also, lots of other countries are great talent as well. So there you go. There's players all over the world who are very talented, Zane Miassi. But I agree with you. Great shout. Great shout. Thank you for getting in here with your absolute drivel once again, Zane. Roberto Carlos, he loves the Frey Bentos. Right, so based on this injury list and based on who may be available, and based on what Amorim said, so going into the game, Amorim has hinted that this is a good game maybe for Cesco to start. There was also a lot of discussion about Kobbie Mainoo, guys. Here's a question for the live chat. Yes or no, do you think Amorim starts Kobbie Mainoo today? Kobbie Mainoo has been struggling for appearances in this team so far this season. There was speculation about whether or not he'd be going out on loan. Amorim's wanted to keep him for the season, and rightfully we should as well. He's a good player. We need him. And I think he's just one of those players long term that, this season, he's not going to have that much opportunity compared to some of the first teamers like Bruno. But Bruno will probably be sold to Saudi Arabia next summer. Casemiro's definitely leaving to the glue factory as well in a year's time, which means that there's going to be ample opportunities for Kobbie Mainoo to just go and be a massive, huge star midfielder for Man United for many years to come. This year is about him establishing himself. This year is about him learning. This year is about him showing the grit and determination that Amorim wants him to show. So, I mean, Amorim said that there's certain things that, Mainoo does that he doesn't really like, and I sort of understand what he's talking about, particularly in his system. You've got to put in the shifts in every single regard. So, it's one of those. He has to fight his way into the team. Amrim's judging the players' talent based on the training and the performances and the attitudes and everything. And obviously going into a game like this as well, like if you're Amorim, it's very hard not to choose, say, Bruno and Casemiro in the midfield just because of that pure experience that they have, rather than someone who's not really been playing that much and isn't as experienced and is young. He's got talent for days, but has he got the discipline? That's the thing. So I actually don't think he will start him today. That's my thoughts. Tracy says no. Stephen says yes, hope so, you don't. Yep, on Cobby. Hi there, Paula Chin. What's going on? He should start, says Hardcore Gamer. You're going to say yes. He won't play Mainu today. Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's get a look at the lineup then. So, based on what he said, I think he's going to start Bayender in goals. It's a shame that we're not going to be seeing Lamans. I guess that's just... It's annoying, isn't it? He says he needs to get up to speed with the Premier League, obviously get settled. New surroundings, new team, new league, new pace of the game. He's going to give him a chance to get up to speed first before chucking him in there. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Because I guess if you're just chucking this guy in there with no real foundation or experience at all in English football, perhaps, you're asking for trouble. But either way, he's showing a little bit of solidarity there with Bayender as well, chucking him in there. So we've gone with Bayender in goals. It's not what I want, but it's what Amorim said is going to happen, so we can only go on what he sort of said. The back line, I was tempted to maybe chuck in Maguire instead of Shaw there and have like two big boys at the back there are going to be clearing lots of balls away because we might be back to the wall. But based on what Amorim's been doing and the fact that he's been selecting Shaw seems to be the one that he's choosing to play that left-sided centre-back spot at the moment. So we've gone Shaw, De Ligt and Yoro. That means that Slabo won't be involved there from the start. There is no Diogo Dalot. He's injured. We could go with Ahmad Diallo on the right wing-back spot, but as we mentioned, we're probably going to be playing a counter-attacking sort of a game where we are going to be needing to be defensively sound from the off, particularly down that right-hand side. And we've seen Ahmad being a little bit lacking in that physicality and robustness defensively. I don't think he can really be trusted to do that job. He's sort of somebody that you should either start in the number 10 role in this game or just bring him on later on to wreak havoc later on in the game. So I've gone with Mazraoui there, who's back in contention based on the fact that we've not got Dalot available and that Ahmad would be a weak defensive pick in this particular game against City. The midfield, I just feel Amorim's going to go with what he knows and the experience of Bruno and Casemiro. I hope I'm wrong. It would be nice to see, maybe Mainu playing there and something else. Dorgu on the left there. We've gone with Mainu actually a bit more advanced up the pitch there. Now this, obviously, the reason I've done that, not Bruno or maybe Ahmad, is because Mbeumo's been playing like a right winger for us almost, like getting very wide and getting balls in and lots of crosses towards Cesco. That's going to be the emphasis. I feel like maybe Mainu can just get in there, create from that position, cut inside, cause a bit of problems, and he is a good 10. That's it. Mainu, if we're talking about his best positions, he's probably best as a 10, where you've got slightly less sort of defensive responsibilities and duties. So maybe he'll be starting in there. But I don't think he will be starting Mainu today, actually, in a way. I don't know. I'm confused. I made this just before the stream, this little graphic here, and I've put Mainu in at the number 10. But I did say a moment ago, I don't think he's going to select Mainu. So I don't know what's gone on there with my train of thought. But there is Mainu in the team anyway. So we'll see. Because Cunha's injured, obviously, maybe it'll be Mbeumo and Ahmad. But that just sounds a bit strange, maybe moving one of them over there to the left-hand side. Because both of those guys, are accustomed to playing on that right. Anyway, then we've gone with Cesco up top. Surely this guy is going to get on the score sheet soon. Why not it be this game against the City Scummers? He is a big physical presence. He is a big unit. They are going to be having an emphasis of getting balls into the box towards him in the air. I'm thinking Cesco, maybe it is the day that he bags one, eh? But look at this team lineup. It's not looking the best. I don't think this team lineup's the best, if I'm being honest. That midfield is suspect. Bruno can boss the game and run the show, can't he? But he can also melt and shrivel up like a sack in the sea. He does have an issue in terms of some games some games where he's not disciplined enough, he's all over the place, and he can have a stinker. Let's hope it's not one of those today. I think whether or not United actually do win this game today or perform really well in this game is a lot down to Bruno Fernandes, how he handles himself, how he plays, how he conducts himself. Is he going to be a moaning little fanny, or is he going to be determined and gritty and lead the team with real passion and bollocks? That's the question. So it's going to be a lot on Bruno Fernandes because he's the leader in this team. Casemiro, old man Cassie next to him. Could be Mainu, could be Ugarte. But I've just gone for, I think, Amram, maybe we'll just select old man Cassie. It's a bit of an issue. And Mazraoui's not been playing this season, but I just chucked him in there as well. Perhaps it will be Ahmad on the right, in which case I'm worried about Ahmad getting penetrated in terms of defensively. And also I'm worried, just on that side in general, if we've got Ahmad there, it's not robust enough physically, defensively, really to deal with City right now, I don't think. So there you go. I don't think it's the best looking side. We're certainly missing Cunha on paper there. Matheus Cunha would give us a lot of threat up there. Big match winning sort of player last season. Was fantastic for Wolves, and he definitely gives you a lot of danger in the team and a lot of creation and just, threat. Whereas we don't quite have that so much maybe with this lineup with Mainu in there, or perhaps Mainu will be playing deeper, Bruno will be playing higher up. Perhaps it will be Mbeumo and Ahmad in the 10s. That would be crazy, but you never know. So that's the team lineup, guys. I don't think it's going to be, anywhere near the strongest looking side due to the fact we have got some injured players. Matheus Cunha out being the main one. There you go. Bit of a shit looking team, isn't it? Yeah, Kungshi says De Ligt is more of a natural leader than Bruno, I think. De Ligt, I think, going forward, maybe once Bruno Fernandes has left in a year's time. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Out of the team, the players in the team that probably are the best leaders right now, yeah, I'd say De Ligt is definitely up there, isn't he? De Ligt is definitely has the makings of a Manchester United captain. So he has to perform well this season and do well. But if he does, then maybe next summer, once Bruno Fernandes is gone, you could perhaps see De Ligt given that role. Your opinion is you'd like to see Mainu in the 8 and Bruno in the 10. Same. I would like that too, Chicken. I'm with you too. But the reason I've gone around this way is just basically what Amram said about Mainu having to fight his way in there and take opportunities when he gets them. But also, surely, there's a feeling that if Bruno's going to be playing this role in midfield for us when Cunha's fit, doesn't it make sense for him just to make that position his own and play there today? That's kind of why I've gone for that. But you might be right, and also potentially, that would be better. Hopefully we don't concede a corner. Yeah, big time. Big time, lad. Mamouche out for City. Let's be having you, my son. We should not sell Rasmus, not because he scored at Napoli, but because he's young like Cesco and got 2 seasons in the Premier. Precisely, people forget this guy's got a contract until 2030. Lad's got on his debut. This is exactly what it's all about. Him going to find his form again over there. Okay, look, if he does well, they do have an option to buy him there for a significant amount of money. It's not a cheap amount. It's quite a decent deal if they want to make it permanent for Rasmus Højlund. But the talent is there. He just hasn't been able to, I think, live with the Premier League, live with, maybe the lack of confidence in himself, but also in the team. There's been a real struggling feeling since he's been here. It's not all his fault. He was just chucked in at the deep end and he's really sank. That's the problem. But he actually has talent. He could go there, do really well, come back a different player. Maybe they don't exercise that right to get him, and he comes back to United in a year's time and he's a different sort of player. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it doesn't matter one way or the other. He wasn't good enough for us. It didn't make sense to stick with him and give him chances. But good luck to him. I hope he does well. And if he's sold to them next summer, great. We've got some cash back for him. And if he stays and comes back a better player, brilliant. Bruno's leader thing is overstated. Keane would lose his shit every week if he had to put up with Bruno as United for a long time. Oh my God, Roy the Boy Keane would be throwing punches, lad. You're not wrong. Fair enough. I mean, it's a toxic environment top down. We know that. It's not easy sometimes. We'll come out strong. Just hope we can keep it going. Someone please pull Haaland's ponytail. Best way to start him scoring. Hjulman wanted to come back. That's why he made clause around it. Didn't want to be left hanging. I know, make the most of it. We'll just mention that again. R.I.P. to Ricky the Hitman Hatton. We talked about it at the start of the show, but horrible news coming out. Obviously, he was a huge City fan. And, he was a great boxer, great British boxer. And also just like somebody I was a fan of growing up watching boxing. You know, he was somebody that encapsulated, or at least he grabbed the attention and the hearts of the British boxing public a lot of the time. So he was definitely a legend of the British boxing. It's very, very sad news, and just so sad to hear of the passing of Ricky the Hitman Hatton, man. It's gash. Oh, the Premier United came too early for him. Yep, Voltamedi scored before Cesco, I know. Conte made him more effective. I think he's going to be a good signing for the Geordies, actually, Voltamedi, you know. He was a lot of money. Conte made him more effective in one game. I don't know if you can really say it's one game. Remember, it's Serie A as well. Serie A, he knows Serie A. He's played in Serie A. Plus, Serie A is not the Premier League. It's difficult to really hang with the big boys in the Premier League. That's what sets it apart. By the way, we've got over 300 legends in here. Do we have 300 likes? No. You know why? Because we've got a bunch of Gashmas Boylans out there with a gash ratio. Hit that thumbs up button, you legends, and help us get to 300 likes on this watch along. It's not a watch along. 300 likes on this preview. We will be back on later for the watch along, though. Nice one. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Have your say. Stephen Shipman's got his starting 11 in. Bayender, Yoro, Delict, Mazrui, Dorgu, Kobi-Mainu, Bruno, Ugarte, Ahmad, Cesco, and Buemo. Interesting. So you're playing what? Like Mazrui as a right-sided centre-back, Dorgu as the left-back, and Ahmad as the right wing-back. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate that, but also I'm concerned defensively about Ahmad playing right wing-back role for us. But maybe if you've got Mazrui there, I don't know. Yeah, he was a world-class fighter, absolutely, mate. Yeah, 100%. Right, let's get at it then. Let's continue with the rest of the stream. So, the form guide, if we just have a little look-see at the form going into this game, obviously it doesn't really mean that much because it is the Manchester Derby and it's after the international break. It doesn't really mean that much. But Man City have the 16th place form in the league. It's only based on 3 games. That's all that's been going. But they're 16th in terms of the form guide. They obviously lost 2-1 to Brighton, lost 2-0 to Spurs. They beat Wolves 4-0. But other than that, you know, they're having a stinking time of it. Manchester United, we're 11th in the form guide. We, of course, lost 1-0 to Arsenal. In my opinion, we should have got something from that game, if not won the game. We were very unlucky. 1-1 draw against Fulham. We didn't really turn up. We were a bit shite, so you can't really complain about that one. And the 3-2 Burnley game, obviously, big win, big 3 points, gives us 4 points, gives us more than the City Scummers who were on 3 points. Really, though, I think we should have maybe 5 points. I think we should have got at least a draw against Arsenal. So, should be a couple of points ahead of City at this stage. Our form's better than theirs. Doesn't really matter. If you're looking at over the last year, of course, they're the better team. And it's on them to win the game, isn't it? And fire their season, get their season going. If Man United lose this game, yeah, it's going to be absolutely heartbreaking and gash. But if you'd have asked me this a few months ago, just going into the season, even after we've bought loads of players, I'd still think we would struggle and probably lose this game. Because Pep City are Pep City. They're a good, strong team. Even if they're shit at the moment by their standards, they're still going to be very difficult to play against with a lot of quality players. What's up there, BNG Darts? G'day from down under. Thought you'd pop in before nap time. Oh, legendary. Thank you for getting in, BNG. I'm going to have a cheeky little nap after this one, I think. Get a little bit, you know, half hour, 45-minute power nap in there before the Man United game in a few hours. But thanks for stopping in there, BNG. Great to see you, legend. Zamy Ashley says, Piggy, when is the next meltdown so I can order some popcorn? Good question. Well, hopefully it's not going to be today, mate. You know, you'd have to get on pretty sharpish if you were going to order the popcorn. Maybe the Amazon same day delivery or whatever. Although it's a bit late for that now. You know what I mean? Or maybe just do an Uber Eats for some popcorn. You know, I don't think it's going to be today, Zane. I think we'll get a result today, but you never know. I mean, obviously it's City, it's a derby. We have to turn up, we have to perform well, we have to show bottle, we have to be hungry, we have to play well as a team. If you actually look at how United have played in the first few games, okay, minus obviously that Grimsby game. That Grimsby Town game was a true calamity. You can't really say anything other than that was an utter embarrassment. The Fulham game, we were not great, but the other performances, we've been pretty good. And if you look at the stats in terms of creation, attacking chances, and all that sort of stuff based on us compared to other Premier League teams, we are showing very favourably for the start of the season. It's only a few games, but we're showing very favourably in the stats for chances created and, you know, lots of different good attacking stats. So we're not having a bad start to the season in terms of how we're playing. We haven't got the results we wanted. But if we do turn up today and smash up City somehow miraculously and win the game, we are on for a season, I tell you. We are on for a season. But as long as we don't get beat today, it'll be a good result, which is why I'm predicting The draw. Yeah, another game where my heart says win, but which United turns up precisely? Is it going to be the one that played against Grimsby Town, or is it going to be the one that, you know, turned up and did really well first game of the season against Arsenal? We were just unlucky in that game. We should have won that game. I still maintain that we should have had a penalty, and they were very lucky. So they turned up with great fire and passion and desire in that one. That's what we need to do again. Hammer him out. What's your problem there, I speak well? Give him a bit of time, lad. Let's see how he gets on. And just to be clear, right, I want to say this now. Obviously, I'm going to be heartbroken if we don't get a result against City, and I'll be heartbroken if we don't get a result against Chelsea. But as I mentioned earlier on, those teams are expected to beat us right now, and that's the facts. So I'm not going to really judge what's going on at United right now too much on these next two games. I think it's a fool's errand. What we've got to do is try and judge it over the next 5-6 games. We've got to judge it based on beating teams we should be beating and getting into the European spaces this season. And think about the long term. It's early. We had a horrible run at the start of the season with teams Arsenal, Chelsea and City in your first 5 Premier games. That's filth. You know, that's horrible. You know, so if we get through the other side with 5, 6, 7 points, or even just 5, right? So that means getting 1 draw out of the next 2 games. I would not be surprised. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to panic because I know that there's going to be some much more winnable games that are coming up. Now, United should be looking to turn up and beat City, and they should be looking to turn up and get a result against Chelsea, absolutely. But we're not expected to, are we? We're not the bookies' favourites, are we? So we have to be realistic with our expectations for these games, I think. Yeah, fair enough. No point trying to explain to a reactionary fans. Well, I'm trying to nonetheless there, Jonathan Ladd. I'm just saying it's City, it's Chelsea. They're better teams than us right now. Facts. You know, they're better than us. You can be annoyed about losing the Europa League final to those spuddy melters, but you can't really be too upset really right now with losing to old Moneybag City and their cheating oily hands with Pep Guardiola as the manager. And, you know, okay, they've had a bit of a rough start to the season. They're still City, though. They're still Pep City. They cheated the way to the top, and they're still there. They're still Pep City. Stephen Maguire, let's go, you legend. By the way, let's get some shithouse emojis in the live chat there for Zane Miassi. He's been going in there raw today. Big ups to you, Zane. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks for supporting the channel there as always. Prediction, Avatar 3 breaks box office records. And Ruben gone at Christmas and you get Southgate. Oh, really, Zane? Yeah. Nice one, mate. Thanks very much for that. Firstly, couldn't give a toss about your Avatar 3 obsession guff. Ruben got at Christmas. I disagree with you. I've got okay, fair enough. Maybe I'm wearing rose-tinted glasses. I'm just trying to feel like we're going to build momentum. We're going to get better. I look at how we started the season. It's way better football-wise than what we sort of ended the season. There has been some progression. There has been some improvement. We got new signings. And Mbuemo's really exciting. Cunha's really exciting. Cesco's potentially really exciting. New goalkeeper. If Lamans is great and solid, that's all we need is just a solid keeper. We could have a really good season. So, you know what? I don't think that's the case. I've got to be optimistic. You might be right. If he stinks it out and has a complete nightmare next 3 months, of course that could happen. But I don't think that is going to happen. I think we're going to do much better this season. So screw you, Zane Miassi, lad. Thank you for the super chat, though. Garnacho will think he has a point to prove. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Garnacho against United is going to be horrible, isn't it? I say we just 2-foot him right at the start of the game. Take the red card, but also take him out of the game, you know? Stephen Shipman, there it is. There it is. Thank you for that, guys. Nice one. Appreciate that. Exactly. Arteta doesn't know how to win trophies, mate. Avatars for 12-year-olds. Crackpot prediction. Let's go the Mustard, by the way. Thank you, the Mustard. Looking fresh. I hope you're doing well there, Mr. Mustard. Yes, thank you for that. Am I? I'm looking tired, mate. I'm looking tired is what I thought, but thanks for that. I haven't seen any of the Avatar films, you know. Right, anyway, well, listen, guys, we're going to get stuck into the live chat now for a little bit of a Q&A. I don't really have much to discuss today, really. I'm just going to get into the chat and have a chat with you legends. You know, we've gone over the lineup predictions. Who knows? We've gone over the scoreline predictions or whatever. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Are United going to turn up and play with bottle and passion and be set up well enough to get the job done? Or are we going to crumble and melt like we have seen in lots of games? You know, if we can get done by Grimsby Town in the manner which we did, even if we've started, you know, youngsters at the back and stuff, mentality-wise, we can get done by anyone. But equally, we seem to turn up better in these bigger games against the bigger teams. It's the Manchester derby. They should be up for this one. So I think we're going to turn up to a degree. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat anyway. Big ups to the live chat legends. Do us a favour, smash the like on the stream. Let's get to 200 likes. Get yourself subscribed if you're new and have your say in the live chat. We're going to be back on here around about sort of 4 p.m-ish with the watch along. The kickoff's at 4:30 today, so we'll be coming back later to watch the game, and hopefully it's going to be not too eventful in a bad way. Hopefully it's going to be a positive, nice watch along where we enjoy a good game of football, good performance, good committed performance by Man United, and we win the game, or at least get a draw from the game. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want to see us getting, if we get battered today, it's just going to ruin my whole vibe. Like I say, I've had a week or two off, just doing stuff around the house, and I've de-stressed a little bit in regards to United over the international break. I've de-stressed, guys. And there was a nice England performance the other day, which was nice. We did a watch-along for it. We watched the England game together. They played well. I de-stressed over the international break, guys. But the last thing we need is for Man United to get drubbed up by those City Scummers today, because that's going to leave a real nasty taste in the mouth, my friends. Even though it's sort of like half expected right now. Going away to City, they're, like we said, they're finishing in the top 4. We're finished 15th last season. So we are the team that has a lot more to prove than even they do right now. They've struggled at the start, and Pep's got to prove himself this season. Otherwise, the pressure's going to mount. If they lose to Man United today, goodness me, the pressure's going to be right on that baldy melter, isn't it? But, we got to turn up. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat. Like, subscribe, comment, have your say. We're going to get as many comments as read out in the next few minutes as we can. Tibrug Zonderlop, let's go, you legend. How you doing? Great name. Do you think we'll beef up our midfield and centre-back positions in Jan? I think we'll get a midfielder in Jan, yeah, I do. So we were linked, obviously, to various midfielders earlier on. I mean, it's an interesting one. What about Anderson? I mean, I think maybe Anderson's being linked to us at the moment. He obviously seems maybe someone that we could realistically get. There's a few options, isn't there? But yeah, I think a midfielder in Jan makes a lot of sense. We didn't go and do that in the summer transfer window in the end. Eddie Howe would win things with that Arsenal team. Eddie Howe's a great coach, to be fair, yeah. He's just ready for that big club move, Eddie Howe. No disrespect to Newcastle. They're in a good place right now. And they've got money to spend, backing and everything. But they're not, a Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal-sized team. So he is destined for one of those teams, or actually, hopefully, just the England manager's job. Shine him up real nice. Go team, let's go Kylian Fallon. Let's smash up these City Scummers who all are out from United. So we've got Lisandro Martinez out, Mason Mount out, Dallow's out, and also Mateus Cunha is out. Those guys are not going to be featuring, not fit and available to play. This is predicted lineup of players who may be fit and available to play. Probably get someone in mid in Jan, and then the summer be 2 more kids and 1 or 2 defenders. Yeah, it could well be. Certainly defensively speaking, we do need to think about getting someone in that position long term as well. We are that unpredictable. I wouldn't hold it against them to turn up today. True, Chris, you just never know, do you? You literally have no idea. It's like Magic 8-Ball vibes. Are Man United going to turn up and play well today? Shake the Magic 8-Ball and they come out on the pitch, ask again later. You know what I mean? Outlook not so good. You know what I mean? The answer is yes. You know what I mean? You just don't know me. It's just random, basically. I know. Yeah. Thank you so much, SCJF. We have done a lot of DIY over the last couple of weeks. It's coming together. Still shitloads more to do. Edison versus Onana in the Turkish league. You ain't getting Anderson. Well, probably not. It'd probably be quite a lot of money, but, it's just another link. Obviously, Belaber's linked to us as well. We even linked to, like, Conor Gallagher and stuff. So we've got a bunch of links for midfielders. Howe would be great for England, I agree. This is a huge game, Mr. Supreme Leader. Manchester United will need loads of players in the next season if Casemiro, Maguire, Shaw, Sancho, Rashford, Onana all be gone. Well, we've got Lamans to hopefully replace Onana long term. We'll see if he's going to be good enough. Maguire, definitely, I can see him going in the summer. He's going to have to be replaced. Shaw, well, seems like he's sort of he's not even that old, Shaw, is he? Shaw's like 30 or something, mate, 29. Maybe he's not, he seems old because he's been around here forever. Like, we signed him from Southampton when he was like 19. He's been here forever. But he's actually not, like, super old. Sancho, obviously, yeah, Rashford, we've already replaced those guys, really. With Mbeumo and Cunha and those sorts of signings coming in, and Cesco. Those guys have already been replaced. I think we do need to sign a few more players because we're going to have Casemiro leaving, Bruno leaving, and maybe Maguire leaving, like you say, and 1 or 2 others. So, of course, we're going to have to replace, but we're going to do that anyway. Jimmy White, what's going on, lad? Shout out from Mullingar. The whirlwind from London town. I hope you're good as well there, Jimmy. Welcome in. We love you, Jimmy. Champions League out. Oops. You're having a feeling City will win 4-1. That's a horrible feeling there, Ruhan. Maybe you should get that checked out. You never know. RIP. I know. Chris O'Hagan. Rest in peace to the hitman, Ricky Hatton. Awful news coming out earlier on. If we get through first half, okay, we get a result. Yeah, like it, Compost Smurf. Johnny M, how you doing, lad? Good to see you. Amas versus Grimsby Town in the Carabao Cup, maybe on Wednesday. Yep, Rip Ricky Hatton. What have you got to smash up today? My hand. Look, I smashed my hand up, mate. Made in Manny. Oh, I know. Fair enough. Fair enough, they're made in Manny. I understand, mate. It's a sad loss for the City community, who's a well-known, huge Manchester City fan, wasn't he, Ricky Hatton? Proud Manchester City fan. 46 years of age. It's no age. I liked him personally as a person. I liked him personally as a boxer, you know, even if he was a City scummer. So I am pretty sad to hear of that news as well. You know, it's a sad loss, definitely. Based on Amarim's comments on Mainu, and I have a suspicion he's going to play Ugarte over him. Yeah, don't think Mainu's going to start necessarily because of what Amarim said. There's a lot of emphasis in the presser about Mainu. I've popped him in there just for the fun of it, but how many players in this United team actually left the club to play international? You what, Drew? Ricky Hatton. Yeah, Predator. Yes, he has, mate. Reported earlier on just as we were starting the show. Well, Ruben Amarim's basically said that he's acclimatizing, mate. It's like when you get a goldfish from the pet shop. You don't just chuck him in your tank. You know what I mean? You gotta put the bag in first. Do you know what I mean? Let it get to the same temperature. Let him get used to his surroundings. You know what I mean? And then, once that's happened after an hour or so, then you open the bag, and then he swims in there and he's actually fine. But you need to let him get acclimatized first. So I think that's what Amarim's doing. Let's hope he doesn't perform like a goldfish, by the way. But I think that's what Amarim's doing. He's just letting him bed in a little bit. He's letting him get used to the speed of the Premier League. You know, not playing necessarily, but watching it, training with these players, just getting up to scratch. Because I guess if you just chucked him in there at the deep end and he had a stinker, well, there you go. He's the next Massimo Taibbi and he's done for before he's even got going. So I think it's fair to say that he's just given him a slow start at United, kind of like he did with Cesco. He's done it with a few players. He's not really the sort of manager that likes chucking players in there on a whim or throwing in the deep end. So that's just his style of management. I think he should be playing. You know, if Lamans is being signed to be the new number one, he should be playing. But he's obviously showing the faith in Bayender, and he doesn't want to put Lamans in that position, chucking him in the deep end where he could melt in this game against City, I guess. Plus, maybe there's a bit of an emphasis of Donnarumma versus Lamans versus Donnarumma for this game. You know, because it's Donnarumma's first game for these City scummers, and Manchester United, obviously, with a new keeper, potentially asking for trouble, maybe, if you put Lamans in there. Yeah, Ricky was a good lad, loved by everyone. God love his family and close friends. His son will hopefully excel in boxing now. Oh, my God. Dude, you know, that's it. Well, he survived by his family and stuff, but leaving the family behind, mate. It's sad stuff, mate. Sad stuff. Goodness me. Man U winning today. FC 26 3 days later. Going to be a great week. Yes, Shuban, we're going to be getting bang on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, with the new FC 26 content. So make sure you do subscribe to the gaming channel. Put an exclamation mark gaming in the live chat. Oh, there it is. You can subscribe to my gaming channel there. Flying Pig Gaming, links in the live chat there. We're going to be getting raw on FC 26 once it's out. We've got the early access, so we'll be playing it a week before, you know, the official drop, if you know what I mean. You can't just throw him lines down. It's a big game. Yeah, that's right, fine. It does make sense, I guess, to start him in a lesser game, you know, where he's not going to be getting peppered so much. It is a tough one, isn't it? Man City, Mank Derby, away in the Mank Derby. For your debut, it is a bit tough, that one, mate. So it makes sense. That's true. That's true. That is true. Amarim showing the faith in Bayender, and if Bayender melts, well, he is going to be asked questions of. You're not wrong. I think Lamans will play versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. Too early for Lamans. Daz says, coming night to make my weekend. What's up there, Morphine? Yes. Greetings, you sexy devils. Ready for today. Smash them up, Burnley. Do you know what pisses me off, though? It just does show you that we maybe long term it's good, but is this really the best thing for right now? The fact we're talking about it being too early for Lamans, and it is too early for Lamans. You know who it's not too early for, though? Donnarumma. Because he has that experience, or like an experienced goalkeeper. We have taken a big risk on a young'un here. And he might turn out to be great, but he's also very much unproven. Belgian Pro League does not really mean you're a top player, does it? Even if you're good over there. Didn't Ruben say Lamans is starting? No, he didn't. He said that Bayender is going to be starting. As Liverpool, I mean, it would be interesting if he did chuck Lamans in there, though. I'd love that. I'd actually love that. If we see the game starting and it's Lamans in goals when the team new comes out, I'd be absolutely loving that, mate. That's a nice That'd be a nice inclusion. As Liverpool, you respect Man United more than Cheaty because United earns it, while Cheaty has to depend on their oil daddy cheating bastards. Exactly, Fujiwara. You got it. You got it right. Laminson, we should take risks and just never know, he might excel. I'm with you, mate. We're signing him because he's a great shot stopper, apparently a great goalkeeper. Chuck him in there. He's not going to do any worse than our shite, is he? I haven't watched it, Rakdos Madness, Dad. I haven't been watching the darts for a little bit, actually. But I should do. Ruben putting himself in jeopardy. Doesn't he realise that? I want him to do well, but if the other guy costs us in a derby this early, he's really put himself... You are right. You're so right. You're so true. You're not wrong. Let's go, Stephen Shipman, lad. Play him. He's going to make mistakes at some point anyway. That's it. The only way he's really, truly going to learn, I suppose, is to get the experience. He's bluffing, apparently. Well, maybe we're going to see Lammen start. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? City will target Bayender, most definitely. Red equals Blue Man United win, Everton win against Liverpool at Anfield. Go on, lad. You would have started Lammens. Me too. Dan Bayender was screwed on corners then. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. A goalkeeper in a good league is a good goalkeeper, different than outfield player. Yes and no, Jeffers. I feel you, but it is different. Come on, Belgian Pro League. That's like saying a Sunday League keeper can go and do it in the Premier League. There is levels to this game, and if the opposition strikers and teams that you're up against, tactics and everything are not as good, yeah, you can look better in those leagues as a slightly worse goalkeeper. I know what you're saying. Shot stopping, reflexes, that's all kind of the same. But it does obviously matter. It does matter. Is it out of Trafford? No, it's not, mate. It's at the Etihad, lad. Derby at the Etihad is not the right time to start a new signing. Yeah, fair enough, Disco Dave. I'm probably with you on that one. Big up TCG, Hubby Legend. Big up there, Pig. Lammens needs to be eased in, not dropped to the Lions Den. Yeah. Well, that's what Amarim's doing, and it probably is the right idea, to be fair. Although I am concerned about Bayender being a flubber-handed mess. So I would have personally chucked him in there. But you are right. You are right. Ease him in. This is probably not the right game for him. It's the Mank Derby. Is this the right game for our new young keeper? Probably not. Oh, Mounts, it's a horrendous bit of news, isn't it? R.I.P. to the hitman, Ricky Hatton. Huge pressure on him. Yeah, like hooking up with a Sheila at the local pub, then thinking you can hook up with Sydney Sweeney. Levels to this game. You're so right there, Life of Just. There's levels to this game. You're absolutely right, mate. What's that, Sydney? Yeah, you're right. Upcoming games will be performing will end up loving it, eating Lamingtons. Come on, Burnley, from a United fan's mouth. Yes, lad. How do we end up with two goalies with the exact same issues as each other? I know, flubber-handed melts. I think it may be something to do with the diet at Manchester United, the nutrition, There's not enough bone density going on, not enough calcium in the diet, mate. It needs to be looked at. Yeah, big game like this. 3 points could kickstart a new era. Oh, it really could. He's passed away, TCG Hub. I don't want to speculate as to what's happened, but he has been found dead at his home in Manchester, mate, I believe, today or this morning, earlier on. So it's horrible news, mate. Absolutely horrible news. Bruno and Casemiro at the middle was a bit concerning. It is, lad. Juddy Sports. I seem to remember that name. Yes. How are you getting on? Too much money, not enough ticker. There you go. There you go. And on that note, we're actually going to wrap this stream up there, guys, because I've got to run. I've got to do a few things before the watch along. We are going to be back on in 2 hours, though. So come and join us about 4 p.m. for the Man United versus Man City Scummer live watch along. We're going to be getting going there. Let me just get a little link to the stream. We're going to be back on here a bit later on for the watch along. So do us a favor if you could, smash a like on this stream, and also go over to that other stream once this one's finished and smash a like and a reminder on that one, and then you won't miss it. You can also come back on this stream on this video after it's finished streaming and get your thoughts and opinions in about your predictions in the not live comment section for the Manchester Derby. Also, you can get your score prediction team lineups in there if you so wish. Let's get it stuck in there then. So I'm going to pin this to the top of the live chat. Here is the watch along link right here. And thank you for joining us, everyone, for this preview. Appreciate you all. Shout out all the members of the channel. Shout out all the mods. Big up you all. Compost Smurf, Jonathan, TCG Lad, Stephen, Chris, Stephen, Daz, Chris, the Mustard, Gungshi Legend, all the moderators, all the members. Thank you so much for getting in. Nice one, Sanjay. Everybody who's in here. Disco Dave, your legend. Dazzy Salford, all the Dons, all the Donessers, and everybody who's got in here. Sanjay, hello and goodbye, my friend. Have a great day. Chris O'Hagan, everyone, smash the like, smash the subscribe, smash the links in the description. Check out the sponsor of the channel. Big ups to OK Jersey. You can use the code PIG for 8% off for replica and retro t-shirts and stuff like that. Check out the links in the description. Also, Match Bingo. I'll be playing that later on during the game. It's basically bingo, but based on what happens in the games. Football version of bingo. Link in the description. You can get 100% deposit bonus if you use the code PIG. Or you can scan the QR code on screen. UK only, 18 plus, gamble aware, gamble responsibly, my friends. There you go. But thank you very much for watching. Big up the sponsors. That's it from me. Cheers to the moderators. Cheers to the members. And I'll see you in a little bit when we're back on. Thank you so much, TCG Legend. I'll be saying goodbye for 35 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in, you legends. Smash that like, and I'll see you in a couple of hours. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there. This stream is proudly sponsored by Match Bingo. Play along with a match. Watch your bingo cards fill up in real time based on what happens in the games, live. Check out the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. 18 plus, bingo is a game of chance. Please gamble responsibly.